Good morning. It's Sunday, 17th of May, and this week we've actually had about 16.5 millimeters of rain, and so things are actually perking up and looking a little bit better. So thankfully we've got a bit of moisture to hopefully take some stress off the crops. Today's video, I'm going to focus on how I personally select a variety to grow in our system here at Dennington Hall Farms. And then we're also going to look at technology and a DNA plant reader in how we select which fungicides to use to look after that. So we're very lucky to host lots of independent variety trials here at Dennington Hall Farms. And I'm currently looking at some of the Group 4 selection. And without naming any names, we'll just go through some of the different plots. These are untreated, so you can see yellow rust is certainly affecting these first 4. But we've got one variety up here, and I will name this because I selected this last year to grow at scale. And so this is LG Defiance. Now this is the untreated plot, so you can see it is relatively clean throughout. And actually over here is the treated plot. And when I compare all the different varieties, this one certainly is standing out for our system because we're wanting to look at reducing our inputs and our fungicides. So when you compare it to some of these neighbouring plots, you can see that LG Defiance is definitely holding its own this year. So that is in an untreated plot. Now we can go to the LG demo farm plots where we can see it grown in the farm system. So now I'm at the Limmergrain demo farm site here on our farm, and this middle section is what has been direct drilled into a summer catch crop. And so you can see Crusoe, and we've got Challenger here growing, and then we come to the Defiance. So I want a variety that I can put into a direct drill scenario after a summer catch crop. And so this is why I'm very keen to look at how the different establishment techniques affect the crop. And so we've got a 6-metre strip, full length of the field, and that third over there has been ploughed, and the third behind me has been min-tilled, but this one has been direct drilled into a summer catch crop. And so when we looked at LG Defiance in the untreated plot, you could see it had great potential for a low input system. So now I want to look at what does it look like into a direct drill scenario. So you can see here, again, the crop is crystal clean and the establishment is great. And actually, there's not much between Defiance and Challenger, but because of our low input system, I still think Defiance is the right variety for our farm. So on the 4th of June, we're hosting the Demo Farm Day, and you will get to see all these different wheat varieties grown in direct drill scenario, in a plough scenario, in a min-till scenario. So it'd be great to come along and see for yourselves. So now we've got a full field of LG Defiance growing here, and this was direct drilled on the 4th of October into a summer catch crop following oilseed rape. And what we're going to do now is just select a handful of plants, and we're going to take them back to the farm and analyse them through the DNA plant reader. So this is the Optigene MDX4A DNA plant reader, and you've got the winter wheat cartridge here, so you can see it's going to analyse yellow rust, septoria, mildew, and then number 4 is just a control to make sure it is actually winter wheat that it's analysing. So what I'm going to do is break off about 10 mil off a leaf, put it into this little casing, shake that around because there's a little ball bearing in there, and that will break all the cell walls to release the DNA. Push it into that cartridge, feed it into the machine, and then in about 30 minutes time it will have analysed the DNA of the plant and tell me if any pathogens are attacking the DNA of the plant. And unfortunately, I can't do it one-handed, so I'm going to have to put the camera down, do it, and then show you what happens. So you can see after a good shake that the liquid turns green. That means the cell walls are breaking down and releasing lots of DNA into the liquid. And now you push that little cartridge into the machine. So that's the cartridge now loaded into the machine, ready to start analysing. You can see here it's going to start testing. So a total of 42 minutes. So while the plant DNA reader is working away and analysing the sample, I thought it would be a good idea to dissect some of the plants so we could have a look at some of the ears. So you can see we've got an average of about 23 grain sites per ear, and currently sitting somewhere around 12-13 centimeters long. So that is currently protected by flag leaf sheath, which is around here now. So the ear is currently here in the plant. Here's the flag leaf at the top, and so dissect it, you can see where the ear is, and there's the flag leaf. So with the help of the DNA plant reader, we'll be able to determine what fungicides are required for the T2 stage. So the test results are now back after about 45 minutes, and you can see that yellow rust, septoria and powdery mildew has not got a positive result. So that means that there is not enough of them pathogens present within that plant to bring that up. And you can see on this graph here, the green line is the control. So you can see that it was positive because it was actually wheat. The red line is yellow rust, the orange line is septoria, and the yellow line is mildew. So you can see that nothing has spiked. Down here, you can see that there was a little small spike within the yellow rust, but not enough to create a positive result. So that means that our T2 decision for fungicide, we'll be just going quite light on it. We won't be spending lots of money applying expensive chemical to control diseases that's not actually present within the plant. So as you can see, by selecting the right variety for your system and also using technology like the DNA plant reader, we can really reduce the spend on growing crops on the farm here. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and we are hosting the Limerick Demo Farm Day at Dennington Hall Farms on the 4th of June, and we've also got Open Farm Sunday on the 7th of June. So please sign up on the Limerick website using the Eventbrite link, and if you go to Open Farm Sunday website, you will see Dennington Hall Farms where you can register if you're going to come along. So I hope to see lots of people there on both events, and until next time, good luck.